mate. What do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
It's time!
Welcome back to another. What? How does it go? That's
Another one.
another Thursday episode of Software Explorations. We are going to continue doing our automation code on the FreeMind Recovery website. We are tonight. We're going to be refactoring, and we're going to be implementing our page object model. So that is the plan. So you've been able to see us start automating the site from inception, from having totally nothing, using 3 different automation frameworks: Selenium, Playwright, and Cypress, and see how and using TypeScript, right? Using TypeScript, something that I am not, like, my first time ever using TypeScript, right? Using that, and implementing it across all 3, getting it to work, doing the login as well as the registration. So we're gonna continue with that, have some fun tonight with that. But if you do not know who I am your host of the show, Tech Coach Ralph. Thank you. You shouldn't have. All right. And of course, as always, we are engineered to win. Yes, we are. All right. So with that being said, we are going to jump into the show. Before we do that, you know what? This week was crazy busy for me. Trying to get familiar with how the Google store works and how the Apple store works. So, but we are still making it. We are still surviving. We do not miss. All right. So let me pull up the agenda real quick. Use that one. And we're going to get into our agenda. And let's start off like this. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to all of the newest subscribers. As always,
I appreciate you.
you guys are absolutely amazing. But as well, not only the new subscribers, right? The people who have been subscribed for a while, who appreciate the work that I do, and I appreciate you back. You help me, I help you, and we just keep the cycle going. So we are always looking for growth in all aspects of our lives, not in just one, but in everything that we do. We try to grow and get better. All right. So another thing is, I want to say a special salute to the tech barbarians who are working so diligently every single day. The harder that I see you work, the more I look for opportunities for you to grow and to level up. All right. So that is my goal, working with you guys. I want to see, I'm trying to find you guys different opportunities to put you into different startups, different projects, so that you can gain experience. And the ones that I look to put you in is they're real things. One of the reasons I was like so eager to get this app quickly into the App Store is so that I could have my tech barbarians be able to participate in the process and be able to actually do testing or development on something that other people are going to be using. To me, that is what it means to have professional experiences, when you put your work out there so that everybody else can see it and give you feedback on it, right? So we'll talk about that a little bit later, but shout out to the tech barbarians. All right, so let's get to our live show schedule. So we have in the mornings, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 7:15 a.m. we have Coffee and Kata, where we review some news stories, we have our cup of coffee, and now, starting as of last week, we work on our Flutter course and our Flutter apps. And so we discuss it. We keep working on it. What I said yesterday morning was we're going to be focused on figuring out how to test these widgets. So made some progress on understanding that. So that's pretty much the goal, is to be able to become very proficient at Flutter using test-driven development, right? Whether it's for like the backend code or for the front-end code, but write it in a test-driven way so we can make sure that upon deployment and release and stuff like that, that we're not introducing new bugs into existing code, right? And we have a good way of catching new bugs from coming in. So that is the plan, and so that's what we dedicate our mornings to: Monday to Wednesdays and Fridays. Coffee and Kata, where we are talking about a little bit of news, and we are jumping into our Flutter mobile app development. Okay, so Sunday afternoons we have software explorations. We are continuing to go through Terraform. Right, we made some progress on it this past Sunday by importing the working project. Right. So now we're going to take that working project and we're going to use that to compare to the one that we're having trouble with, so we can set up our application load balancers. All right. So we're going to continue with that this coming Sunday, and we'll see how that goes. Tuesday nights we have Q&A sessions, right? And special shout out and acknowledgement to Socks and Don, who took part in cybersecurity night. It was an absolutely amazing night. And let's close this out. So, if you haven't seen that cybersecurity Q&A night that we had just this past Tuesday, I would highly recommend you go check it out. Don joined Socks and I, and we had amazing conversations, amazing insights. It was a Q&A night for the ages. All right, so definitely check that out. And then Thursday nights we have more software explorations. We are focused on automation tools. This past like 5 to 6 weeks, we've been talking about automation tools. Been doing it on the Free Mind Recovery website, which is a application built by the YouTuber Calculus Coder. So also go ahead and check out his channel. So that's our live show, right? Let me just run through it really quick one more time. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 7:15 a.m. we have Coffee and Kata. We are reviewing some news, having a cup of coffee, and working on our Flutter app and Flutter development skills. On Sunday afternoons, we have software explorations. We're working through Terraform. Tuesday nights, we have our Q&A nights. Definitely you want to be a part of that. And then Thursday nights, we have more software explorations focused on automation tools. All right, let's jump into our pre-recorded content. On Mondays, we have candid conversations. Wednesdays, we have software explorations, concept and overviews. And Fridays, we have the bug bite, right? So we have content every single day, right? And then we have throughout like the week at different times, we have like shorts that might be posted, and we have clips from the Q&A show that's posted, just so you can get this content in different sizes and stuff like that. And as we continue to go forward, we're going to eventually start clipping up our clips and segments from other shows, so just to give you more ways to access this information. All right, so just wanted to share that with you as well. All right, now what I always have to do. I always have to give a special shout out and recognition to Chaos Camp, Don, who was up here this past Tuesday. Shout out to Don. Shout out to Chaos Camp. If you haven't done so yet, go ahead and try a Chaos Camp challenge. I'm going to drop the link to the Chaos Camp GitHub in the chat because it is very, very important for you to go ahead and level up your technical skills, your testing skills, all of that good stuff, right? So you need to get better. Always, you need to get better, right? And we heard from Don about his ideas and concepts about the Chaos Camp challenges, and it's very similar to what Sox is building with Sox University, you know. So you definitely want to go and check that out. Speaking of Sox University, it's coming very, very soon. We are still going through beta testing, but it's coming very soon. All right. So if you want to get some insight into the cybersecurity and find out like how things work in there, but you don't want to spend $1 million signing up for a boot camp yet, this is a great opportunity. So mark your calendars. In the next few weeks, we will be announcing the official live date. As of now, it's tentatively set for the 1st of March. All right. So look out for that. And lastly, in my announcements, I want to mention Grammar Hub. So Grammar Hub, really, really cool Discord. They have weekly meetings. They're going to help you learn, review your resume, in mock interviews, a good place to network. Really cool stuff. I did a presentation, not this past Monday, but the Monday prior on Q engineering, very similar to the video that I released yesterday about an overview of Q engineering. So I would definitely recommend that you go and join that Discord. They don't charge anything for all the help they're giving, so that's amazing right there, right? So go ahead and check out the Grammar Hub Discord, and that will help you level up as well. And you know what? I have to stop the show right now because my friend Mitch is in the chat and he says, Tech Coach Ralph, what's up, bro? And Mitch is killing me. And he says, getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. And the reason he says that is because in his first message, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 words, because like I always tell you guys, my friend Mitch is a man of very few words. So I'm pulling him out of his comfort zone, and he hit me with the 6. And then another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, another 6. We are 2 for 2 on the 6s. Shout out to you, Mitch. Shout out to you, Mitch. You know, and you know, hey, here we are always getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. If you see the type of software explorations that we do, we go to the depths of the tech earth and we come back alive as always. So Mitch is so cool. I must say, Mitch is so cool. So it's all funny games over here. All right. So let's continue a bit. But everybody, give a round of applause for Mitch as always. All right. Every week we get one more word. So next stream we're looking for 7. All right. I'm going to be counting for 7 next stream. All right. I'm gonna make a note of that. All right. Okay. Anyway, let me stop messing with Mitch. Let me pull up our Agile Manifesto, and we are going to go to the next principle of the Agile Manifesto. Let me see something real quick. All right, let's see what we got. So our next part of the Agile Manifesto, where did we leave off on the Agile Manifesto? So the last one that I have here is, okay, so the last one I have here is 8. So let's get to number 9, right? And number 9, I'm going to post it in the chat. I am going to post number 9 in the chat. And it says, continuous attention to technical excellence and good design enhances agility. Shout out to that. Now, the hell does that mean? So, one thing that I always talk about is winning, being the best. You know, we want to be the best.
They ain't believing us. We the best.
Yes, we are. So, attention to technical excellence, right? So, pretty much don't half-ass it. You know, don't half-ass it. You want your technical design, your code, your design, like, you know, technical, like, your design, like, to be good and to be like something that you be proud of, right? You're not like, oh, I'm just gonna do something just to get it done, but something that you can be proud of. And what, like, I'll give you a quick example, right? A project that I'm working on at work outside of my regular team to contribute to the overall quality of QA. The person who's like pretty much leading this project, he asked me to work on something, and I was like, all right, cool. So then I was working on it the past 2 days, and I got it to work. But instead of just saying, okay, I'm done, I got it to work, I said, all right, I put up a draft pull request. If you're not familiar with that, we'll talk about it another time. But I put up a draft pull request, and I said, you know what, like, I want us to look at this before I go any further with this, right? I want us to look at it so that we can see if this is going on the right path, if this is what you had in mind. Because I from what I see, it's working the way that we want it to work, but I want to make sure that, like, we're putting the code in the right place, we're designing it the right way. We are, it's going to, like, it's not going to be flaky. It's going to give us the results that we want. And then once and that's like, the part of that is like doing a little bit and getting feedback early. And if you're going in the right direction, then you continue. But if doing that design review, it's like, oh, actually, it would be better here. Okay, now let's take this and let's move it. You know, so, and that's what, for me at least, what it means to have like that attention to technical excellence and the good design. Because now, once we need to make improvements and enhancements in the future, we have that agility that's available to us because of properly planning in the beginning. A lot of times we fail to plan, right? And by failing to plan, right, we plan to fail, right?
Message.
So let's keep that in mind. Let's read it one more time. Continuous attention to technical excellence and good design enhances agility, which is what we are always about in Agile, to be able to pivot, to be able to shift, to be able to win. All right. So just wanted to share that with you. All right. Let's see. What do we have up next? Okay. So let me see. Do I... Okay. No worries. We'll pick that up next week. All right. So next week, what I'll do is we'll continue with the article by Bridget next week, because I do not have it handy right now as we're speaking. But we will continue with that next week. I'll put it in the agenda link, and we'll continue where we left off reading her article. It was a very, very good article. I think we have to get into part 2. So about networking. So and the way that Bridget talks about networking is very similar to how I see networking. Not really wasting our time with like frivolous type of networking, but things that are actually networking that's actually going to bring benefit to us and to those that we're networking with, you know? So that is my thought behind it. I don't think like it's necessary to have a bunch of like, we'll talk about that next week. But anyways, let's get into the show. If you haven't done so yet, go ahead and like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you can know every time that we go live or drop new content, because we drop content like it's like rapid fire, right? Something every single day, whether it's shorts, whether it's clips, whether it's pre-recorded content, whether we're live streaming. Every single day we are just here to provide you the information, and when you need it, you will know where to come and find it. All right. So shout out to that. And as well, if you want to support the channel in additional ways, we have a channel membership. I'm still thinking about new things to add, new features to add, but I do put usually I put the Q&A clips available earlier for the members before it goes live to the public. So, little things like that. And if you need, which you do, one-on-one coaching with me, then you can go ahead and check out the Patreon at www.techcoachralph.dev. Spots are limited, and once they run out, then that's what it is, all right? And if people end up leaving, then I'll open those spots back up. But once it's done, all right? So that is our announcements for today. We are going to get to work, all right? But before we do that, what we need? We need...
Please offer me your energy. I ask of you, please.
All right. We're going to get to work, okay? We are getting to work. So I have FreeMind Recovery on one screen, and I have our WebStorm on the other screen, right? So like I was mentioning earlier, what we're going to be getting into today is we are going to be refactoring, and we're going to be putting our code in the page object model. Probably have to do it for all three. Tools, automation tools, right? Cypress, Selenium, and Playwright. But at the same time, we can extract the selectors so that they can also be reusable and stuff like that, right? So that's the plan. That's the goal. That is what we're going to do, right? So let's go ahead and put up our timer. And we're going to start off our first segment.
It's time to do.
All right. So, like I always like to do, let's show FreeMind Recovery. So this is the website FreeMind Recovery, made by Calculus Coder on YouTube. We reviewed one of his videos when I stumbled across him, and his video was excellent. Really like his content. Pushing him to continue creating more and more content. He is a very, very busy guy, I must say. But the information that he gives is really good. So I would encourage you to subscribe to him as well. And to sign up for the site with FreeMind Recovery, right? It's, if we just read it real quick, I just like to always read the first paragraph just so we can know what we're working on. Free yourself from any anxiety disorder. Move beyond just managing, dealing, or coping with anxiety. It's time to break free. At FreeMind, we believe in your potential to redefine your normal. Experience a transformative journey towards a life of calmness, confidence, and liberation from anxiety. All right. So awesome stuff that he's working on over there. Highly recommend that you go ahead and you check it out. All right. So let's get to our refactoring. All right. So we're going to go to this screen over here, and so this one is the Selenium one that I have open. We want to first, let me find where I had that. So I had helpers here, right? And what I could do is I want to see, because this stuff is so messy, right? So we can start off with Selenium. Cypress, I believe Cypress was using CSS selector, which you should be able to use for Selenium as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take these right here, and I don't really want to put them in the helpers. Let me think. How do I want to do this? For the sake of reusability, right? I'm gonna try this. I might change it afterwards, but let's go with make a folder called pages. And inside of pages, I'm going to make a directory. Not a directory. I'm going to make a, yeah, I'm going to make a directory actually. I'm going to call that home. And inside this home directory, normally I don't do it like this, but I'm going to name this home page selectors.ts. Right? So normally I'll just have like a home page, right? A home page factory to call it. And then I just have a homepage factory, and then I would have like the code and the selectors in there, right? Like the whole page object model. But the reason I'm doing it like this is because I want to be able to reuse these selectors across all three projects, right? And oh my goodness, Mitch hit me with like a whole paragraph. Let me see, what in the world? Let's see what this is. Mitch says, appreciate your content and valuable information. Much credit to you for being consistent with your videos. Thank you so much, Mitch. That means so much to me. Yes, I believe in consistency and putting it out there, just putting it all on the line, right? The other day, I asked one of my jujitsu buddies, like, or two of them, I'm like, would you rather live for, I mean, 1,001 days and accomplish nothing, or 500 days and get everything that you wanted to do accomplished, get a lot done? And we all said, give me the 500 days and let's get after it, you know? So yeah, I try to be as consistent as possible. I hate missing. I hate making mistakes and stuff like that. And you know, the biggest benefit to all that is getting to meet amazing people like you, like Operation Tech Takeover, like Joseph from Tech Niche Tips, like Trey, you know, their morning show over there. Love Tech Niche Tips, love Trey, love interacting with you, love interacting with Operation Tech Takeover, and everyone else who comes to, like, everyone else that I've met from the tech sales space, from, like, you know, just different areas on YouTube, like all of that, you know. So, you know, and like the people that I meet, like in the bag chasers, like Sharon, for instance, who is doing beta testing on Sox University. So many different people, right? Who show up, and you know, just by me putting out the content out there, being able to help so many people. So that means a lot to me, and I appreciate you as well. You know, I really, really appreciate you as well.
I appreciate you.
All right. Okay. So I gotta get a clip for that, but like Marlon Wayne said in Loke Dog, I think his name was, in Don't Be a Menace, enough of that sentimental stuff, right? All right, let's get back to work, guys. All right. Let's see. And Mitch says, that's the gang right there. Nerd gang. Yep. Nerd gang all day long. Shout out to the nerd gang. That's the new name. That's the new name. On Monday, I'm gonna drop nerd gang in the house. All right. Back me up on that. All right, Mitch. Back me up on that. All right. So what I'm gonna do in here is so page object selectors is the file name, and I am going to say all right, so I'm gonna say, so let's just start off with the Cypress one, because that's written in these selectors are in CSS selectors, right? So I'm gonna copy this, and I'm going to name this I'm going to name this what is this? Accounts tab navigation link. So let's do so let's copy from how we did with our helpers, actually. And I'm gonna close this down. And we're gonna go here. And I'm gonna go here. Okay, I'm gonna say constant. And we're gonna name that not homepage. We're gonna call that account navigation link. Which normally I would put that in a different yeah, let's do that actually. Let me I'll rename the page in a second. But let's say account navigation link equals, and then we're just gonna go account navigation link, and maybe I can go with yeah. All right, it's gonna have to do. Actually, no, I don't need that, and I don't need the clip. Actually, you can just do it like this, and just paste. All right, so we have our account navigation link, and what I'm gonna do is I'll see if I can pull that into there. All right, so let's leave it as that. But what I am gonna do is I'm gonna rename this file. I'm gonna separate the home page, like the navigation from the actual home page. I might not even have to create a home page for now, to be honest with you, but let me rename this page real quick. Because like I like to separate my navigation from my homepage, right? Because the navigation is going to be showing up on pretty much all the pages. So have that over there. So after we go ahead and do the other, move this down. So we can take the other one here, the register button, and we do constant register navigation link, and that is going to be like that, right? So we have the registered navigation link, and we have the and was there anything else in the navigation? I think that was it for now, at least. Yep, it was just those two, right? So now the question is, are we able to import that? If we do import do we have to so just to make sure this works, right? We're gonna see if we can and this is where my limited knowledge of JavaScript and TypeScript come in, right? So I say export account navigation link. Okay, I think I could do that. I think I can do that, right? So let's say if we do here, we say import account navigation link, register link. Cool. And now, so we're gonna just do this, right? And then we're gonna try to run it again and see if that works. So I can replace this for the account navigation link and replace that for the registration link, right? So now let's go ahead and open up Cypress. Actually, I'm actually gonna do it in Selenium because I don't want to have to go and open up Cypress and do all that stuff again, right? So let's do import account register, right? And then here we're gonna say by CSS, and we're gonna say here account navigation link. And then here, we're also going to say by CSS. And if this works, that means that we should be able to reuse those page object selectors. They're not necessarily page objects, but which we could look up to see how we would do page objects. But the reason I don't really want to do page objects is because I want to use, well, we can still do page objects, right? But it would be a little bit different. So we'll figure that out as the time comes, right? So let's do register. All right, so we have these two in here where we're no longer like hard coding the selector in here. So now let's go ahead and let's pull up our terminal. And if we go up one, nope. All right, so we're gonna do we're gonna do npxt sx, and we're gonna do Selenium. Cool. So let's do that. Let's see if it works. Okay. Should open up a browser for us. Should be able to navigate to account. Boom. There it goes. Perfect. Perfect. All right. So that works exactly as we were expecting. And so that means we can continue, right? So the same, let's get it into Playwright as well while we're at it, you know? So we have our import over here. And we're gonna do import account register. And let's just go change that to CSS. Ew, that's a little icky that way, but we'll have to make lemon out of lemonades here. So I'm gonna go here, here, plus account navigation link. Oh, was that all I needed? Am I missing anything? Yeah, that's it. All right. So account navigation link, and then here we're also gonna say CSS plus register navigation. All right. So there goes our two. We could run it in Playwright as well. I never remember the command for Playwright. Let's see what Playwright is. Quickly running, debugging. All right. So it is just npx Playwright. Playwright test, and then project WebKit. I don't know. Cool. So let's see if this works. Because if it does work, that means we have one selector being used across three different automation tools, right? So that's really awesome. And that's why I don't think they're necessarily limited to choosing one framework, right? You have to use what's better for your team and what you're trying to accomplish, you know? All right, so this failed, but let's see why. So that one. Oh. So that failed because I messed up, right? And I like how you get these reports, right? So I didn't put the equal sign here. So let's do that real quick, right? So if we run it one more time, we should be able to see it pass. So I'm pretty, yep, there it goes. So it passed, right? So perfect. NPX Playwright show report. Well, so much for that. Or maybe. Anyways, we saw that it passed, so that's cool. So that is cool. All right. Anyways,
Lunch break. Lunch break.
all right, so before we go to break, we have this in one thing. So what we're going to do when we come back, we are going to continue extracting these selectors, right? So now this is going to go on to, we're going to make one, a folder called, we can just create the folder right now so we have a good idea. We're just going to call registration. And yeah, what we can do is we can get our our selectors out first, and then we'll start implementing doing the page objects, for lack of a better term, right? And maybe, just maybe, I'll think about that. But maybe we can have all the page objects for all of the different tools in the same file. Gotta see how that's gonna go. That'll be interesting. All right. Anyways, let's go home. So that's where we're at, right? So hopefully you are able to follow along. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask in the chat. Let's put our 5-minute break up. So, and Mitch had said, yes, I was about to say enough of that teary-eyed talk. Shout out to Mitch. You know, so let's see what's going on. Anybody follow this this court case going on in Atlanta today? My goodness. Talk about fraternizing with your coworkers, for crying out loud. It's crazy down there. You know, it's crazy down there. That's why I just stick to my own business. All right. So let's see what's going on here. Let's go to LinkedIn for a bit. Let's see what's going on LinkedIn. I'm going to look for... I just pulled up LinkedIn, right? And one of the people that I connected with last year who was trying to get into QA and successfully, one of the few people who I've seen who has successfully maneuvered into getting in there, they just posted, I'm realizing that the best part of being a QA is not finding the bugs, but putting together the puzzle of how the bug happened and being able to coherently share how I did it. Awesome. That is a fact. So it's all about the mission and the journey in QA, right? It's not just about, oh, I found a bug and here it is, but it's like the story behind the bug, you know? the story behind the bug. So I'm just going to leave a comment right quick before we start looking for jobs on here. All right. So let me go over to the jobs tab. Oh yeah, Mitch, in Georgia, in Fulton County, the DA and the person she hired to prosecute the former president, they were, in the words of Jada Pinkett, they were involved in an entanglement. And there's a lot of money talks that's floating around. It's just crazy down there. It is just crazy down there. I was like, it was like live on all the news channels today and stuff like that. Some YouTubers were talking about it as well. So all right, let's see. Let's look for. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna swoop over to this screen, and we're gonna look for. yeah. I'm sure you did heard about that, right? It was crazy over there. Let's see what's in the London area of the United Kingdom. So QA test engineer. So this is in London. So they get paid in pounds. Thought you were talking about some. Nope. I think everybody's talking about that today, right? Everybody's talking about that today. That is a craziness over there. My goodness. All right. So let's see. So QA. So if you are in the London area, which one of my tech barbarians is in the London area.
We the best.
See, Tech Coach Ralph is international. All right. So let's see what this one is, right? QA test engineer in London. Small company. And we're seeking a seasoned QA test engineer with a minimum of 10 years of experience. Jesus Christ. The ideal candidate will possess expertise in Python, test automation frameworks, preferably with experience in Behave or other Python BDD frameworks. Additionally, familiarity with DevOps practices such as CI/CD pipeline, TDD, BDD is crucial along with hands-on experience in deploying testing applications with Amazon Web. Sounds like they're looking for me. Jesus Christ. I am not moving to London. Sorry. Culture fit is important. We're looking for individuals who are self-starters. Yep. So they are looking for your boy. All right. So let's see what this one is. QA test engineer for Experian. What you'll need to bring to the role. All right. So what you'll be doing, participate in feature story definition and refinement, including identifying risk and acceptance criteria, define functional and non-functional tests together with
Get a move on.
associated.
Back to work. Chop, chop. Let's go. Come on. Get a move on. Back to work. Back to work. Back to work.
Define functional and non-functional tests together with associated test data, execute planned tests, and regularly communicate test results back to the team. Carry out targeted exploratory testing, participate in release planning, test deployment, and close down activities. Experience testing within cloud, preferably AWS or Azure environments. Experience with Microsoft Azure DevOps. Experience of coding, preferably Java. Experience testing data quality or management services. ISTQB certification or recognized equivalent. I finally found one who was asking for the ISTQB. So for all of you ISTQB certificate obtainers, go ahead and apply for Experian in London. All right, so when we get back, or on our next break, I want to take like a few minutes to look at Robert C. Martin's videos on test-driven development, since the McLean Moore one that we just talked about was talking about test-driven development, BDD, and stuff like that. So I want to take maybe we can find a video that is talking about that from Robert C. Martin, and then we can on our it's probably gonna be our last segment, our last break. We can probably look at some more jobs in the UK. All right. All right, so let's get back to full screen. We're going to continue working on this code, right? And one thing we can also do is also refactor our test data as well to extract that into the create user data. So, but that is going to be after. Let's focus on what we're doing right now. So let's put up another 20 minutes on the clock.
Let's go! Let's go!
All right, so we're back to share screen. And so what we're going to do, we're going to be extracting this out of here, right? So here we created the folder for registration. And I'm going to create a new TypeScript file, registration selectors.ts. And we are going to, I don't need this down here anymore, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to move this one down here. So I can just copy and paste from down here the selectors. All right, so let's take this bad boy right here. And I'm going to call this const. And it's going to be full name input field equals I'm going to be consistent and follow. Okay, now that's what I did. All right, cool. So const full name. Okay. Why does it look better over here? Okay, there we go. So we have that one. This is going to be const. And then this is going to be forum username input field equals, oops. Okay. And if we keep going, this is going to be email input field. And while we're doing this, right? Because this should just pop into my mind. Ooh, you know what? I was looking on YouTube yesterday, right? And I saw these different plugin ideas where you can also be recording like in vertical view separately. But like I was just thinking, like what I'm about to say, it would be a great separate like video, but like I'm in this little circle right now, but having a separate recording, I can also use that to do other stuff. So that's definitely something I'm going to look to implementing. But what I was gonna say, right? I work a full-time job for a pretty amazing company, right? And I do YouTube, I coach, I do jiu-jitsu, I all this different stuff, right? Building apps and stuff like that. But I still find time to like even though it's on a live stream, what I'm doing right now is the basics of my roots, practicing automation. Right? Found a site and I'm practicing automation on it, right? So the thing is, right? Why am I doing this basic stuff? I mean, somewhat basic because I am automating across 3 different automation tools, but you can choose one and do it, right? You can choose Playwright and do it, or you can choose Cypress and do it, you can choose Selenium and do it, right? Whatever the case may be. But why, if you don't have much experience, you're trying to get into tech or into QA or into cybersecurity or into software engineering, whatever the case may be, why am I outworking you when I've already pretty much made it in the industry. I could pivot into any field that I wanted to. I can become a developer. I can become DevOps. I can do whatever, But I love doing QA, and I'm just pretty much doing this for fun and to show you guys what's going on. Why, you should be like following along, and even if you choose to do it in just Playwright, right? It's going to help you level up so much, So I shouldn't be working harder than you because I don't need to be so for instance, right? I could be working on Terraform right now. I could be working on Flutter right now, but I'm no, I'm going to continue to push how I figure out automation and stuff like that and see what can I do, right? Not not only do what I know, but I say, hey, I know this stuff. Can I push it further? Can I combine these things to do something else? And so now what I'm experimenting right now and using the same selectors across 3 different projects, right? And then saying, okay, I'm going to take that page object model and have those functions in one file, So I just wonder, like if it's something that you really want, why aren't you you should be working harder than me for it, That's, I don't know. Maybe you are. I don't know. Maybe you are. Email input field, password input field, submit. All right, so we're exporting all of those. And if we go back to Selenium test, let's do the Selenium first. We are going to change that to CSS. And first, we're going to import, let's see, user. Say form username, password, full email. All right. And now we're going to go down into here. Full name. And it's while I'm doing this, I'm getting more ideas, right? So I'm just thinking right now, could I do one function and if it's running in Playwright, execute this. If it's running in Selenium, execute that. If it's running inside, I don't know. I don't really know, right? But no biggie. It's just because I'm just thinking about different things, Let me see. Registration selectors. We use name, so we can do here. So it started to look better already. Because less code all over the place. And here, CSS, and we're going to say this one is the submit registration button, right? So it's starting to look a lot cleaner, definitely looking a lot cleaner. And it's going to get even better, all right? The best is yet to come. All right, so here, let's go ahead and import here as well. Import full name, password, forum, email, submission. All right. And we're going to come down here and we're going to say, I'm definitely going to fix this later because I don't want to do it like this, but we're going to have to do what we have to do. Okay, so here, and we're going to say full name input field. All right, and then this one is going to be email. We're probably gonna end up changing, like refactoring this code anyways, but at least you'll see, you get to see through the process of how I'm like making this code cleaner. And now looks like more hireable code. Definitely more hireable. And here we're gonna do, and we're gonna say submit registration. All right, perfect. And this one will be separate for login. And let's clean up our Cypress ones as well. All right. And we can do the same thing here. Forum username, email address, passwords, and submit. Oops. God. There we go. So we have all three of them using the same exact selectors, just like we wanted. All right, and then eventually we're going to have to do these. Well, it's not eventually. It's now, right? So now I'm going to go to new directory, and we're going to say login. And we're going to call that, as you guessed it, log in selectors. Okay. And we're going to bring that up here. That's cool. And we're going to say so for the login page, we're going to do sign in header equals h2 and const header subtext paragraph equals h2 plus p. And then we're going to get into what we really wanted. I'm going to put a form or login form, just so we know we're separating header text. And now we're going to say, copy this, and this is going to be const email login input field equals that const password login input field. And that is going to be same thing, but instead of that, it's going to be password. All right. And the submit. Submit login button. All right, there we go. Now let's just plug this in. I should probably test this in Cypress, but I don't want to like go through the whole process of opening Cypress right now. I'm pretty sure it'll work, and if not, we can quickly adjust it to get it to work. So sign in. Oh, you gotta export first. You gotta export first, Tech Coach. So we're gonna do export sign in header subparagraph email. Cool. There we go. And now we can go ahead and import. There we go. And now we can come over here. Sign in header. Header subparagraph text. Email login input field. Password login input field. And I just noticed, right, just to have better naming conventions, I'm going to go ahead and rename the registration ones to include registration into the name of it, right? Submit login, right? So if we go back to here and we rename all of these, to be honest. Yeah, let's do it like that. So if I go like this, all right. So I think we're good with that, right? And we go back to all of our tests, and it should have the right names. Perfect. Okay, so looking pretty good. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and do the. We only have one left, so might as well just take care of that one, and then we should be good to go. We'll call this one account because you should get to this after logging in. And it's just going to be header. Okay. All right. And then we're going to export this. And if we go back down over here, you're going to do one last import. And we're going to end up not needing any of these at some point, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. This is going to be my account page header.
Lunch break! Lunch break!
All right, so we have it all done for Cypress. We need to do it for Playwright and Selenium, but it's not much, right? Just these. It's just these. So, and we only got up to a certain point because on Selenium we're having trouble getting past the alert button, but we'll figure that out later. So let's go to break. Let's throw up our 5 minutes. Before I throw the 5 minutes, let me see if I can find the video. All right, let's see if we can find this video, and then I will read Mitch's comment, and then we will, let me see. And then we shall, let's see. What can we find? That's not too long. They're all pretty long, to be honest. Let's see. All right, maybe we can do. I'm gonna watch this part. All right, cool. So we're gonna go to a part in the video, and then so I'm gonna read the comment. Go to a part in the video. We're gonna watch that together, and then we are going to get back to the work that we're doing. Okay. So Mitch said, I'm gonna put 5 minutes up on the clock. So Mitch says, so when people say they don't have enough time, they can't find time for their craft. Yeah, you're right. I mean, if you really wanted it, then you would find a way to do it. So that's how I feel about it. And within like 5 days, I was able to like start working on the time cost calculator and get it as a mobile app test or somewhat tested using the emulators, and then getting approved for the Google Store as well as the Apple developer, and get the apps in test mode within starting from last Wednesday all the way till this past Monday. So if you really want to do something, then you're gonna find a way to do it. There's gonna be nothing that stands in your way from doing that. All right. So that's how I see it. So, anyways, let's go to this video real quick, and I'm gonna go to the part where it talks about I will keep productivity high. Let's see. Let's see if we can get this to work. So this is from the video. Let me see.
I will not make the code worse. I will keep productivity high. I will not check out the code for long periods of time. I will keep productivity high. I will not create a suite of tests that takes hours to run. That will reduce productivity. I will make it important to keep the tests running fast. That will enhance productivity. I will do nothing for me and that I can cover for them. Imagine a team, a sports team, moving the ball down the field against their opponents.
I'm going to rewind just a little bit because I think I had switched to audio for a second and some of it might have been missed. So let's just go back a little bit and let's start again.
7. There's only 9. 7. I will continuously ensure that others can cover for me and that I can cover for them. Imagine a team, a sports team, moving the ball down the field against their opponents. And one of the team members goes down, trips, falls, injured. What do the other team members do? They cover the hole. They keep the ball moving downfield until the flag is thrown, if the flag gets thrown. They cover the hole. They cover for that player. In order to cover for a player that's gone down, you have to know how to cover that position. If we are a team, if we work on teams, and we love to use the word team, but if we are on teams, then we cover for each other. Bob is the database guy. Bob gets sick. Somebody's got to be able to do the database work. If nobody else can do the database work because Bob's the only database guy, then we do not have a team. And I noticed that I put the onus upon you. I will continuously ensure that others can cover for me. It is your responsibility to make sure that somebody else knows your job. Somebody else knows your work. Somebody else can cover for you if you go down. It is your responsibility to the team to make sure that you are not the single essential component. How do you make sure that someone can cover for you? What is the best way to teach someone what you are doing and where your code lives and where your tests live and what the structure?
I'm gonna stop it there, right? This whole video is like an hour long. I would so highly recommend that you go ahead and watch this video. I'm gonna drop the link to this video in the chat, but I really recommend you watching it from start to end.
Get a move on, back to work, chop chop, let's go. Come on, get a move on. You're back to work, back to work, back to work.
Like the content of this video is like, it's the gold, right? And I just thought about something, but anyways, I always getting these thoughts, right? But like him talking about the part of, ensuring that someone else knows how to do your job. A lot of people think that's like job security and stuff, but like nobody knows how to do your job and stuff like that. But one thing that we do on our team is that anyone can do anybody else's, for the most part. Like, I mean, I can't really do some of the stuff that the developers do, but I try to get involved in some of the other stuff that they do so that I can be able to contribute, that I can be able to help. And that way, like, and they're able to do a lot of things that I do. And they can't do everything that I do, but a lot of the things that, like, if I have to be out for whatever reason, they're able to cover for me the same way I try to cover for them as best as possible. And in addition, when, like, we always are talking about, okay, this is what needs to be done, and we're giving, like, okay, this is what it takes to do it. We have very, very good documentation and stuff like that. And I think that working within a team, not having things to be siloed and stuff like that, is what's going to make you guys, like, to make the team the most efficient, the best, well-oiled machine that there is out there. Because at the end of the day, the goal is to have the customers satisfied. And because the customers are the one that's paying your salary, so we have to put ourselves in the best position to win at all times. When you see, like, these companies, they start to have these layoffs and stuff like that, and there can be various reasons for that. Sometimes they overhire and stuff like that, but the ones who start to get cut are the ones who when the cuts start happening, it's like, what are they looking for, right? And I always try to look like, who is in the best position to be able to do more, and that's what I try to put myself, and that's what we try to do as a team as well. So just throwing it out there. Don't have all the information up here. Spread the wealth, and you're gonna add so much value to your team instead of trying to handcuff the information and try to be the gatekeeper for it. Give all the information away, because if you're able to obtain it, you're going to be able to obtain more. And what I've learned, right, from doing like YouTube and doing presentations and stuff like that, as I share and give out information and putting it out there, I continue to gain more capacity to intake more information, right? And then it just keeps like, as I get more information, I keep putting it out there. As I get more, I keep putting it out there. So like we're doing Terraform, right? We're doing Terraform. I'm able to share what I'm learning about Terraform, figure it out with you guys while you guys are watching me. And then I'm like, okay, so now I have more space. I'm like, okay, now Flutter. Okay, cool. We're learning about Flutter. And as I'm putting that information out there, okay, now we can do some more stuff, push Selenium, getting new ideas and stuff like that. So it's about cycling it through, cycling the information through. You put it like, as you put out more, you have the capacity to gain more, right? So just throwing that out there. So that's one of my goals, all right? So what time is it now? It's okay. We have time for one. We're gonna do it one more segment, all right? We're gonna go one more segment, and then we are going to start wrapping up. In our after this segment, we'll look at the LinkedIn job and some more LinkedIn jobs in London, and then we will wrap it up for tonight. All right, so let's go ahead and put up our last 20 minutes.
It's time to do.
All right, so let's go back to here. Okay, so let's go ahead and take care of the Playwright. And let's do an import. And that's going to be, no, not that one. Submit, login, password, email, header, sign in. All right. And we're going to go down to, I really don't like the fact that I have to do this like that, but we'll fix that later. Actually, I don't know, right? Because I see there's just the H2 here. So if I just do sign in header and header subparagraph text, because if this works, then that should work too. I have to see, because if that works, so let's say login, email login. Not sure why I actually need the CSS up there now that I think about it. And we need to import this one up here. And we go all the way down here. All right, so we have our Playwright. Let's run Playwright real quick. Make sure that still works with all these changes. I actually think, though, I can change. We don't need this Cypress page up for now anymore. Or this one. So still pass, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of this. I don't think I need this, to be honest. I think you need to specify its XPath if you're using XPath, but CSS selector, you shouldn't have to. Just run that one more time. Boom, there you go. There we go. So we are clean coding. Here we are. All right, so we can minimize that. And let's go to our Selenium. And let's do the same thing over here, right? So we are going to import login. And we're going to do import sign-in header, although we don't have the sign-in header, but we can import it anyways. We're getting stuck here because of the alert. I wonder why there's an alert on the... I don't know. It's weird that we have an alert there, but not... alerts are dumb, to be honest. Like, I hate alerts. It's like so 1999, you know? All right, anyways, say header, sign in header. Header sub text paragraph. Login email. Password. And submit. And then this one's just going to be my account. All right, cool. So we are looking a lot cleaner. I wonder what this is doing. This straggler is doing down here. Wait until alert is present. Let's try to run. I don't know if this is going to work, but let's try to run this real quick. It would be nice to finally get past this annoying thing. npx tsx selenium register. Something failed. Let's see what failed. Input name, full name. It never clicked on. That's weird. Never got past the count. So let's see. I hate when this happens. I'm gonna run it one more time. This one, like, Selenium can be flaky sometimes. You know. All right. Now it's gonna. Now it should. Okay. Cool. Now it's gonna go. And you just got to see live some test flakiness, right? There was absolutely. Oh, we got past the alert. We finally got past the alert, right? Shout out to that. Let's see what it does. So it still failed, but let's see where did it fail at. Waiting to see register. Got past the register page. So the header. Okay. Well, we got further. That's a good thing. Oh, you know what it is? Because you need to switch back to switch back to parent. So we need to do await driver dot switch to and default content. Try that one more time. I hope Calculus Coder is actively clearing out these new users that I'm creating, because I'd hate to be flooding his database with all this nonsense. But we're having a great experience automating the site, though. I hope that you are learning a lot from what I'm doing here on how I'm. It's gonna feel so annoying. About how I'm automating the site, and we're gonna have to fix this flakiness in Selenium at some point, because that's so annoying. It shouldn't be failing every other time, you know. It's, oh my goodness, it clicks it sometimes and then it just quits. It's gonna go this time. This is what I mean by part of making the site testable, you know. Well, it did try to log in, so that's a good thing. So we got further. Just weird. But we're not gonna try to fix all things tonight. We'll clean this up later, but it failed at some header part. Probably over here, it looks like. No. Probably over here. I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, so we have all that refactored, right? So now let's start off with I'm gonna look real quick, right? So page object model in Selenium and JavaScript. So we have, I'm gonna look at both of these links real quick. So writing scripts in Selenium, JavaScript using page object model. Creating homepage.js, async, enter, homepage extends base page. I don't need to do the base page yet. Export. Yeah. And let's take a quick look at the one for Playwright. Export class Playwright dev, locator, read only page, get started locator. Okay, so let's see. So the question is now, do we do one file for all, or do we do one file for all, or do we do one for each framework? Well, the best way to figure it out is to get started. All right. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go back to the Twitter page. I'll be referencing to that page as we go along, but I'm gonna start off with Selenium. And we're gonna start off with the home page or the register. Start off with the registration page. And do another TypeScript file, and we're gonna call this registration objects. All right. And probably choose a better name than that, but whatever. I mean, not that serious for now. Okay, so I'm not gonna do the base page yet. We can always add that later. So we're gonna do for the actually no, we want to do navigation first, right? All right, so navigation objects.ts. And we're gonna do what are we gonna do? We're gonna do import and account navigation link and registration navigation link. And we're gonna say class.navigation objects. We're not extending anything, so we're gonna go here. And we're gonna say async choose top. Let's say click navigation link. And we're gonna say nav link selector, and we're gonna go like that, right? And we're gonna say, I don't like the way they did it in theirs, but we're gonna do ours better, right? Let me see what this is. Okay, we're gonna do now. We're gonna say, what we can do is pull up the code from Selenium. And we're gonna go to the top. So here we're gonna go with this. We're gonna need to import the We're gonna need to do something with the driver as well. where we could do a constructor, I believe. All right, let me do a quick Google. Function, navigation. Has to be outside of it? All right, hold on. How do we do this? Isn't it within the class? And this is where my JavaScript limitations come. Let's see. Constructor class. Let me see. Okay, so let's try that. Constructor.
Lunch break! Lunch break!
Okay, so we'll say driver. But there's no driver here. Thinking back to Selenium would be doing, let's look at here. That driver. I have to think about this a little bit more about this part because I would want to. Gotta think about that part a little bit more. I'm going to add this driver and pass this driver into this. With Python and Java, I would do it right away, but trying to think about it through JavaScript and TypeScript. Let's see, Selenium, JavaScript, Selenium driver, constructor. I'm looking at here. Let me see. Oh, let's just get to the point. Let's see. All right, here we go. So class login page extends get username. So if they extend page, what's inside of page? Require.page. This is login page. Where is the, so this is the class for page. I feel like something's missing here. Where is it setting the drivers? Okay, so let's see what this is. Login page. Dot open. Login page dot open. Return. Where is it setting the driver? That's what I want to know. What I just do? Name. Super page actions. Login page, require.page, login specs. So what? I don't see anything in page though. That's the thing that's weird. And edit the base URL inside of. Like something is missing here. Let's do this real quick and then we'll wrap it up for tonight. Where's my GitHub? I need authenticator to log in. What? Open. What am I trying to get into here? It's confusing. Anyways, whatever. Not gonna worry about that for now. So, anyways, we'll pick up on this next week, right? I think I'll do a little bit more investigation, finding out exactly how they are doing this page object model, and then we will go towards implementing that. But we're making good progress, right? We're making very, very good progress. I have to figure out how to get into my GitHub because they're doing that two-factor authentication now. Oh, wait a second. Let's see if I log in. I don't know why I have two here. It's so weird. So, oops. There we go. I know I have 2 of those. All right, we're in. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. So let's. I did say that we were gonna spend the last 5 minutes of the show looking at the jobs over in the London area for my tech barbarian. So let's go ahead and do that. All right. So let me just put up 5 minutes. Might not even need a whole 5 minutes, but let's do it. All right. So we looked at these 2. Let's look at the no. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to, instead of saying, I'm going to say on-site and hybrid. And all right, so let's look at this Novata. 36 applicants. Is a public benefit corporation created and funded by a unique consortium of foundations. All right, so this says requirements for this role. You'll be working across the product and engineering department and be responsible for ensuring our ESG reporting application achieves our quality targets and delivers the best experience for our users. That's interesting. Currently, we have 2 manual QA contractors working alongside the lead QA engineer. That is the line and hiring manager for this role. We are moving towards stronger automation in our testing, and as such, we'll be replacing the contractors in due course with this permanent hire. Okay, now that sounds like something pretty cool for my tech barbarian. Let's see. I'm going to take ownership of. All right, so let's jump down. We use and teach TypeScript, React, Node.js, Postgres for our application, Jest, Cucumber, and Playwright for our existing automation. Atlassian, Jira, okay, all that, browser stack for it, okay. Postman and Filter for manual API testing. And I would recommend like in the interview, I would be saying, yeah, I would be looking to automate the manual API testing. Like just reading this, right? Like, and you have to study these job postings, right? I would be say, okay, how can I optimize some of this work, right? And this is I would focus in on this. Say, okay, what one of the first things I'd like to do, because I don't like manual any kind of testing. So I would want to see, okay, how can we automate this API testing? Whether we're doing it through Node or whatever. And try to figure out, like, okay, where can I start plugging in immediately to add value? So start learning the APIs, start like using them manually, and say, okay, let's automate the API so we can get more things done. Ensure that the team's collective output is comprehensively tested and meets our quality targets. Work closely with engineers to guide the test coverage of tickets, making sure that the test scripts are comprehensive. Follow our guidelines and provide sufficient coverage. Build and maintain automation. Yeah, okay, cool, great stuff. Work closely with engineers to help coach them in the best practices of. Okay, cool. So if you should apply if at least 4 or more of the demonstrable and experienced engineering automated testing solutions using TypeScript and JavaScript. And you know what, like this stuff, you've seen how quickly we've been able to pick up on TypeScript and JavaScript without having much like TypeScript and JavaScript background. So I wouldn't let this hold me back from applying from this position. Experience in building and maintaining automation frameworks for both functional and non-functional testing. So that's cool. Great attention to detail. You deeply care about the team's output and take a no compromise stance when it comes to quality. That's a fact, though. Excellent communication skills. All right, all that good stuff. A startup mentality. All right. Deep understanding of quality assurance process when it comes to both the theory as well as implementation. Cool. Our interview process is 3 stages. Initial screening, where we'll ask about your current and recent roles to gauge your experience and talk about you as a person. Technical assessment, starting with a technical interview and then a take-home exercise. Follow up after the technical exercise, where we discuss how you approached it and why you made the decision you made. End to end, the process takes typically 3 to 4 weeks, but we're happy to work around your schedule to move faster or slower if need be. Fear that applicants are expected to spend at least 1 day per week in the Novata office. Although if that doesn't work for you, we'll have some flexibility. Applicants must be located in or eligible to work in UK. and competitive. All right, cool stuff. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna say that's pretty cool. I'm gonna send that to my tech barbarian tonight. What is this Bumble Inc. thing? Let's see what this is. Official is seeking a proficient QA automation engineer to support our how many people applied for this, by the way? Over 100. And this one is hybrid. What you do. Let's see. So develop,
Get a
maintain.
move on. Back to work. Chop, chop. Let's go. Come on, get a move on. Back to work. Back to work. Back to work.
Develop, maintain, execute manual and automated test cases for React Native. All right. Contribute to automation framework tools like Jest, Detox, Appium. This is like, I love reading this stuff, like, because this is such cool stuff to get to work on. When they say like contributing to automation for React Native mobile applications, using tools like Jest, Detox. I still on my list to explore Detox, by the way. We're gonna get to that this year, definitely. And then Appium, design and run functional integration tests and regression tests reflecting real world scenarios. Contribute to continuous integration. Like, oh, this is like, it must be Valentine's Day. My goodness. Where it just melts my heart. Review. Okay, cool. Experience in mobile application testing, which I'm working with my tech barbarians to get more experience on that. Familiarity with React Native is ideal, and associated testing tools like Jest, Detox. Strong knowledge of automation frameworks such as Selenium, Appium, and related technologies. CI/CD pipeline. Proficiency in programming languages. All right. I mean, you know one, you know all. You know one language, you know them all, right? Like, I'm sure if I applied myself, you're not applying yourself, Smokey. But if I applied myself to pick up on Ruby, I could do that pretty quickly as well. But I mean, I have no need to pick up on Ruby right now. Experience in writing and maintaining. Okay, cool. So this is the Bumble. That's what I was curious to see. If this is like the Bumble app that people are always talking about. It is a Bumble app people are always talking about. So interesting. All right. So we are going to wrap it up for tonight. So there you have it, right? We did a lot of work today in about 2 hours of time. We got most of our, we got all of our selectors refactored. What we need to do is extract our test data to put that as part of the helper create user data file. So that means putting the username, like nothing, absolutely nothing hard coded, right? That's the goal. Don't have anything hard coded. So we're gonna do that next time, as well as finish figuring out this page object model thing. I'm gonna do some research on it, but it's not gonna be too hard. I was just thinking about it, like how we do it in Java and in Python, and it looks like it's a little different, or maybe a little different in TypeScript and JavaScript. So no, it's not a big deal whatsoever. We're gonna figure it out, and we're going to crush it. All right. So yeah, that's it. So here is what I want you to do before you head out. Right. Thank you guys for following along, watching me do some crazy automation stuff. I really appreciate you guys for being here.
I appreciate you.
And if you have not done so yet, do me a favor, go ahead and like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you can know every single time that we go live. And if you need some additional content, additional help to get you to where you want to be, maybe you need one-on-one coaching, maybe you just need like information on how to properly structure your resume, maybe you need how to structure your LinkedIn. Maybe you want to see me updating my resume, right? And I'm going to try my best to get to get a LinkedIn, to get a video out this weekend for the Patreon that's talking about, it's like the start of the Agile methodology and why you need to apply it to your own life, right? I do plan on doing some presentations on like how to get involved, but I'm going to start off with this video where it's talking about, okay, what are the tools that you're going to need in order to get job ready and get more organized, get more focused, like we were talking about earlier, right? When Mitch said, so when people say they don't have enough time, they can't find time for their craft, right? Well, I think with the methodologies that I use and that I would be sharing with you in this Patreon video is going to help you to find that time, that because you have the time, right? You have the time, but it's how do you find the time, like, and it's going to help you get more organized so that you can actually get the things that you say you want to get done, right? If you say you want to be in tech, but you're not spending time practicing and stuff like that, then that's a problem. So what I normally say is, do you really want to do it, or you just don't know how to actually do it, right? If you don't know how to do it, I can help you with that. If you're saying you want to do it, but you really don't want to do it, then you're SOL, you're on your own there, because I don't have time to waste, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to get this video out by next week. So I'll probably try to record it this weekend, get it out by like Monday or Tuesday, where you can start the process. So it's not gonna be like the full explanation about it, but it's gonna be the start, right? So I'm gonna say, all right, this is how I want you to start, little steps. And that way, once we start getting into the whole breakdown of the Agile methodology, you can have a better understanding of, and you can have a structured way to go about it. All right. So look out for that in the Patreon to all of my tech barbarians, my tech prodigy members, as well as the tech explorers. And then we do have the tech barbarians who have their Scrum Night this coming Sunday. So it's gonna be a very, very busy weekend, but we do not miss. As Mitch said, we are very, very consistent, always looking to win, always looking to level up. All right. So with that being said, you know the question that I have for you. What is the question? The question is,
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
you're not only here for entertainment. I know that. You're here to learn, to level up, to win with Tech Coach Ralph. So we are going to head out, but I want you to remember one thing, right? Today's price is not tomorrow's price. All right. I repeat, today's price is not tomorrow's price. And as my good friend Marlo likes to say,
one more thing. Price of the brick going up.
And on that note, friends, we are out. I will see you tomorrow morning, where we're going to continue working on Flutter and stuff like that. So if you're interested in mobile development and seeing like how I'm doing that with test-driven development, how I am, if you have questions about getting the apps into the App Store, I'm gonna make a video about that, documenting the process as well. But if you have any questions, ask in the chat. If you're up early, come and join me. If you're driving to work, like my friend Operation Tech Takeover is normally doing, or if you're getting the kids ready, you gotta drop them to school, or you're in the gym, like my friend Andrew is doing, and he tunes in. Whatever it is the case may be, tune in, watch, interact with me, all that good stuff. And I love to interact with you guys. So just throwing that out there. But I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Tech Coach Ralph is out.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts. Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again. Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
Hear me, warriors of the North. Today we have tasted the sweet nectar of victory. Our foes indeed defeated, and their lands are now bowed before us. The gods themselves have favored our glorious deeds on this glorious day. We have shed blood, sweat, and tears to claim this land. Our relentless spirit, our unyielding determination. These are the very essence of our people. Let's move our ancestors rejoice in the halls of Valhalla. For today, we have added to their eternal glory. Our victories will echo throughout the ages, and our names will be etched in the annals of history. But let us not forget the price we paid, the brothers and sisters we lost. They now feast in the hall of our forefathers, watching over us with pride. Their sacrifice has paved the way for this moment of triumph. As we celebrate this conquest, let us also remember that our journey is far from over. More land awaits our conquest, more battles call us forth. Let the fire in our hearts burn ever brighter, for there is no limit to what we can achieve. To those who dare stand against us, let them tremble in fear, for they shall witness the fury of the northern storm, the wrath of the untamed barbarians. Today we celebrate our victory. Tomorrow, we set our sights on new horizons, a charted land where our banners will fly high. We are Vikings, we're barbarians, we are masters of conquest.
Before wrapping up, I just want to say welcome to the channel, Lejanta. I appreciate you for being here and for subscribing.
I appreciate you.
All right, we are out.